Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Fire crews in Hawley, Minnesota are calling extra agencies for more water and manpower as they work on taking down a house fire. Good evening and thank you for joining us. The call came in at 4:30 and at that time smoke was coming from the roof. Within just a short 10 minutes, reports came in of flames coming from the home. One person has been rescued from the house. We have a crew on the scene, so stick with Valley News Live for updates on this breaking story. Now on to a developing story out of Thief River Falls. The community of Thief River Falls is dealing with the tragic loss of a 7-year-old boy. Anthony Feldman was struck by a vehicle and killed while crossing a highway to get on a school bus. The driver of a minivan that struck Feldman was a 69-year-old woman from Plummer, Minnesota. She was not injured. It happened here on Highway 59, 7 miles south of Thief River Falls at 7 o'clock this morning. The school bus was just rolling to a stop by the Feldman family's driveway. It's not known yet why Anthony Feldman was on the other side of the road from his bus and home when he crossed the road and was hit. It's a tragedy they're just starting to deal with at Challenger Elementary School, where Anthony was a second grader.
In talking with some of his teachers and people that knew him, talked about him having a personality that's larger than life. Really wanted to, had an infectious personality and just really was a great young man to be around.
The patrol says it's not known yet whether the bus's stop arm and flashing lights were on when the accident occurred. Meanwhile, the investigation of the accident continues. No charges have been filed yet. We'll have much more on this story on Valley News Live at 6. Police are hunting for 2 people after shots were fired and a man was assaulted near UND's campus in Grand Forks this morning. The suspects are described as a white man around 5'10", weighing 200 to 220 pounds, and a muscular black man around 250 pounds, 6 feet 5 inches tall, wearing a gray jacket. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson was on the scene and shows us what happened.
Just after 2 a.m., police responded to a call of shots fired. A few minutes later, police were flagged down on the street by a man who said he'd found 2 men inside his home here at 320 Cambridge Street. The victim says he was punched in the face by one of those men inside his home.
It was in the common area. Victim went out into the common area, heard some sound out there, and found 2 people out in the entryway there.
Police also found at least 2 bullet holes in the back of the house, one through the back door window and another one nearby. The rental home for UND students is just a block north of the law school, but it is not on UND property. Now, I was able to talk with a couple of young men who were living at this house. They said they were sleeping upstairs when all this happened, and both of them were visibly shaken. One of them told me he has no idea what was going on. Any idea of motivation for this? The guy just walked in on a burglary in progress? Or?
You know, right now, again, this early in the investigation, it's still something that we're trying to piece together. Right now, we don't think it was a random act. We think there was some type of relationship there. We're just trying to determine what that was.
The man who was assaulted in this case was treated and released from Altru Hospital with a facial injury. He told police that he'd never seen the suspects before. In Grand Forks, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
In the meantime, police say it does not appear the suspects in this case pose any danger to the general public. If you have any information about this case, you're asked to contact them. Another chilly one out there today, but at least we got some sunshine. Let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson for a look outside. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Andrea. The wind calming down a little bit over yesterday, although from time to time it still has gusted over 20 miles per hour. It's a wet day in Watertown, South Dakota. Those heavy showers pushing into southern Minnesota. And as we mentioned last night, there'll be a chance of some sprinkles in Otter Tail, Grant County, as well as Wilkin and Traverse counties. Uh-oh, look what's coming from northwest North Dakota. Some snowflakes are flying through the air up there where temperatures are in the 30s. The Twin Cities warms to the 60s. We're stuck in the middle with temperatures in the 50s now, dropping into the 40s tonight with enough of a breeze. We should stay dry this evening in Fargo, but it looks very cold. How cold, you say, Andrea?
How cold?
Cold enough for a frost advisory in Fargo and points east, a freeze warning for Grand Forks and most of North Dakota tonight. That means a killing freeze. That means bring the plants in and prepare for some chilly start to your day weather.
Duly noted. Thank you, Hutch.
You bet.
Hurricane Matthew is getting closer to the East Coast tonight. It's already blamed for more than 100 deaths as it pushed through the Caribbean. Authorities from Florida through the Carolinas are now warning millions of residents that the time to get ready is running out. Evacuation orders are in effect from Florida through the Carolinas, and hundreds of thousands have moved to higher ground. For those who plan to ride it out, supplies and fuel are running out. The current track shows Matthew just off the shoreline this evening and continuing its violent run up the eastern seaboard through the weekend. New for you at 5. A surveillance tape that was released today shows a part of the stabbing rampage that happened at a St. Cloud mall last month. As a warning to all viewers, the video you are about to see is a bit graphic. In this videotape, you can see the stabber enter a store, chase the employee around for a couple of seconds, and then stab the victim in what appears to be the back when they're on the floor. This in the investigation into the attacks carried out by Dahir Adan, who was fatally shot by an off-duty police officer in the midst of his rampage. FBI special agents confirmed that Adan had been radicalized either by extremist groups or himself. Also, reports released today say ISIS is carrying out more soft targets. An article in an ISIS magazine says ISIS is calling on Islamists to carry out knife attacks in areas such as alleys, forests, and quiet neighborhoods. The article even goes as far to say they'll be seeking out children. At this time, the Ransom County Sheriff's Office is still investigating a shooting that happened in Enderlin, North Dakota last night. We know that a young male was shot in the leg with a .22 rifle and was taken to a hospital here in Fargo. The other person involved is also under the age of 18. It happened in an alley outside a home, and the sheriff says it appears the shooting was an accident. The North Dakota BCI is assisting in the investigation. How fast can your thumbs move? Fast enough to save your life? Call if you can, text if you cannot. That's the message from the Red River Regional Dispatch Center now that text to 911 is up and running across the state. It's a service that only 10% of dispatch centers nationwide have. But as Valley News Team's Bradford Eric shows us, the system has some possibly life-endangering limitations.
I do think that it's a good idea. It would definitely be beneficial in certain situations.
I think it's a good idea because, it's more relevant for millennials today. I feel like response time would be a lot faster.
I think that's a good idea. If you are in a dangerous situation and can't make a noise, or if you want to keep it on the quieter end, then sending a text is easy.
NDSU students say they're on board with texting 911, but here in the border town of Fargo, a word of caution. It might not work.
Minnesota does not have text to 911 enabled. They're going to do it as a statewide initiative as well.
Which means if you ping off a tower across the river in Minnesota, it won't go through. The idea is to especially help our deaf citizens call for help. But could this further escalate, say, a domestic violence situation?
They're doing it on the sly if they're not able to text or call 911, so that would not be something that, they're reaching out for help, and our dispatchers, to help them, need to ask questions.
Just know, too, that if you're in another part of the state, it's likely your messages are going to come here to Fargo, and then dispatchers relay the message to EMS out there. So calling may be faster. But remember, if you're calling from your cell phone, dispatchers can't find your exact location. The same applies for texting. Right now, I'm told texting 911 provides a general location of where the nearest tower thinks you are. That's why it's important to provide that information in your first message. In Fargo, Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
Pictures and videos cannot be accepted by the dispatch center yet, and you must have a data or texting plan in order to use this service. The Red River Valley Dispatch Center now takes messages for 17 other areas of the state. We have more information online about this new program. Just click on this story at valleynewslive.com. Just into our newsroom, we have a live look at the fire we told you about just a little bit ago. Take a look. This is happening right now at 190th Street South, which is west of Hawley and south of Highway 10. The call came in at 4:30 tonight, and shortly after, flames were seen coming from the house. One person has been rescued from the house. We have a crew on the scene, so stick with Valley News Live for updates on this breaking story. The Fargo-Moorhead Diversion Project is still on, despite objections from the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. At a news conference this morning, Mayor Tim Mahoney shared a story about the flood of 2009, when he and then Mayor Dennis Wallaker were told they needed to evacuate the city.
Now, I don't want anybody to be faced with that decision again in our lives just because it's such a devastating statement to say, we want you to evacuate your city.
Mayor Mahoney also used today's conference to urge a yes vote on the sales tax extension. Voters will decide the fate of that in the general election next month. A man drove through some concrete on 13th Avenue in Fargo this afternoon. This is a picture sent to us by a witness. She says a van was coming from the Olive Garden and drove past the cones that were sitting there and got stuck. A backhoe was used to pull the van out of the concrete. It took about a half hour. Workers spent the afternoon repairing the $4,000 worth of damage. The strong wind and rain this week have pushed back some of the construction on 13th Avenue, but crews are still planning to make one last major traffic shift. It's on track to happen late Friday. Right now, crews are putting the final touches on curb, gutter, and intersection work. Here's what will happen when they shift traffic. Crews will be working in the center of the road, so traffic will move to the outside lanes on either side. There will be a single westbound lane and 2 lanes of traffic eastbound. Project engineers say they're about 1 month away from finishing that project. Give your family the perfect day full of fall activities all in one place. The Pumpkin Patch at Dakota Carriage Company is open for families through the end of October. Not only will kids of all ages enjoy picking the perfect pumpkin, but there's also a petting zoo, horse-drawn rides, hay bales to climb on, and much more. The third-generation owners say it's a place to create memories year after year with the entire family.
The biggest comment we get if people have not been here for a couple of years is how drastically it changes. We try to keep adding new and fun attractions every year, so to keep bringing those people back.
They also have a 10-acre non-haunted corn maze every Friday night from 7 to 10 p.m. for just $5 per person. Signs of fraud in the seafood world. What you order off the menu may not be what you get. That's still to come tonight.
And the latest on Hurricane Matthew has increased in strength to a Category 4 storm as it barrels toward the east coast of Florida. Forecast has it making landfall somewhere very close to Cape Canaveral. Your hour-by-hour forecast for a chilly day is next.